Hey Jayson, would you want to see the last movie? That Schwarzenegger one, the new one with Guy Knox?
Sure.
Alright. I think that's the movie.
Hey guys, welcome to the Deathsquad Secret Show, episode number 4. Thank you guys for coming out.
The first episode of the year.
Sorry, we're always very frantic. We don't really have this shit down smooth yet. Team, how you doing today?
Good. Happy New Year, everybody.
Cut this music out.
Pump that music off, and then no one can hear anything would be great.
There we go. Okay, so if you guys haven't been here before, this is a live podcast. We pretty much do the same thing we do at this other place called the Ice House, and we decided to do it in front of an audience because so many people were asking for it. So we're very happy that you guys came here. We're trying to great to have people actually show up to these things. One of the cool things about this is that we usually have a guest artist, and the guest artist we had today, Dave Johnson, DevilPig666 on Twitter, is a cover artist. He does all the Batman and Spider-Mans. He's like legit, and he's at the Ice House right now, thinking that we're supposed to be there. So I am going to draw. I'm going to draw. So what we usually do is we have a drawing, and then we usually put it on eBay, and the money goes towards the artist. But this time we'll just put it towards something else.
Cancer research.
Cancer research. We'll buy cigarettes and try to figure it out.
But wait, let me ask you this, because you were challenged to an art off by Dana Dearmond.
We were. Yeah.
And are you denying her a shot at the title?
No. What we'll do is I'll draw one and she'll draw one. At the end, we'll see who's better, and then whoever wins, right?
Wait, does it have to be in pen?
It could be whatever you want to do.
I need a pencil.
Well, we have those. We have
Period blood.
Whoa. There'll be no period blood talk.
Whatever.
Actually, you probably would make a shitload on eBay if you did that
You
in
guys are being
period blood.
sexist right now.
There's
One of
actually-
the most famous porn stars of all
Respect
time.
my art.
There's actually
Respect
people
my
that do
art.
that period blood art. I know somebody that.
Of course you do. If anybody would know anybody that was a period blood artist.
It would be you.
Actually, I know several period blood artists. Don't discount that art form.
So did you have a good holiday, team? I haven't actually seen you in a while.
I had a great holiday, and that's not true. I actually saw you Friday. But other than that,
Did I?
yeah, man, it was one of the. I actually spent New Year's Eve here, and it was one of the best New Year's Eves I've had in quite a long time.
Oh, cool.
New Year's Eve is overrated. It's fucking stupid.
The whole thing's stupid.
It's
I'm sick of
expensive. It's
holidays.
dangerous. It's amateur night.
Like this podcast.
If you're a real drinker, you're like, fuck New Year's Eve. Got all these kids in here that can't drink and drive. I'm awesome at it. Fucking up my vibe.
You know what the worst is on New Year's is I always try to get a taxi, but you can always get a taxi to where you're going, but it's impossible to get the fuck home after that.
Yep.
So I had to.
Yep.
One year I walked actually 3 miles just because the taxi wouldn't pick me up. And 3 miles drunk, no fun.
What's the longest you've driven drunk, mile-wise?
Mile-wise?
Yep.
I don't know. I was drunk. I don't remember.
But you never like just woke up in Vegas like,
Oh.
how the fuck did I get here?
It was probably the worst is the day that Nancy Cartwright almost raped me. The voice of Homer or Bart Simpson. I think it's who she does.
You were driving away from her?
I was in Playa del Rey. We were at this bar called The Shack. If you've ever been to The Shack, it's in Playa del Rey. It's a great bar, but a lot of weird people hang out there. And she was one of them. And this old lady was just trying to like kiss me the whole night, like pulling me towards her. And I was like, oh, fuck this. End of the night, somebody else was like, you know who that was, by the way? And she's like, that was Nancy Cartwright, the voice. And so then I tried to find her because I was like, I would fuck her just so.
Just so she would keep saying cowabunga,
Yeah,
dude.
eat my
like,
shorts, man. You know, shit like that.
Make her say all of her catchphrases.
Yeah, you better be nice to me. I'm gonna draw you with a small dick.
Dude, but do whatever you gotta do, man. Because I know Dana won't.
Well, let's get our guest up here, right?
That's right.
Let's get our guest up here. Starting off from the person I've had sex with to the least I have. Guys, let's give it up for our guest, Doug Benson, Ian Edwards, Yoshi, and Don Barris.
This is everybody.
Sit wherever you want.
Yoshi. And the Don. From Windy City Heat, the Big Three Podcast, and the Ding Dong Show, Don Barris. I'm doing anything.
And Doug Benson, you have been podcasting your ass off. You go throughout the whole United States and just do podcasts in cities and.
I don't do anything that's not podcasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except your silent
Including
movies.
tonight, sitting here with you. I'm gonna actually going to podcast you drawing.
Why don't you do your secret movie podcast? He does a silent movie podcast. Is that what it's called? Or where you do the commentary at the silent movie theater? That's what it is.
It's a place that used to be called Silent Movie Theater here in Los Angeles. It's called Cinefamily now. And yeah, I do movie interruptions where we show a movie and we sit with microphones and make jokes.
Which I said that you should podcast so people could play the movie at home, like a DVD commentary.
Oh yeah.
Which
The movie studios wouldn't care for us using the soundtrack for
Probably
the movie.
not.
Well, you don't have to play it that prevalent in the
Then you would just have to record it like in a sound booth, and then it wouldn't be a live show anymore.
It's all about the mic still. Ian, you have your Preposterous Sessions, which is also on the Deathsquad network, and you take a different. I don't know if you guys have heard his podcast before. It's almost like improv. Do you have fun doing it? Do you guys like plan it out beforehand, or?
Yeah, we plan it out. Like we have real guests and we have fake guests. You just don't know which one's the real one, which one's the fake one. And we won't tell. It's just for the fun of it. So it's just check it out. It's a good ass laugh, and it's like almost like an old school radio play.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's.
Adventures and shit happen.
You can make that sound so cool, like preposterous. Use the word preposterous and make it sound cool. That it's an asset that you have, like the English language, the way you use it. It's like old school adventures and shit. You can say that, and they're just like, wow, that does sound. I wouldn't mind getting into an old school adventure and shit.
I mean, I take that as a compliment. I don't know what else to say to
I
that.
take it as racist.
Never once did I say anything about him being black or anything like that.
Now, Yoshi, you have a podcast yet, or you ever? I mean, you're thinking about it, or?
We recorded 5 of them, but working with one called DVD ASA, David Chill, graffiti artist, and Asa Kira, who's hosting the AVN.
Are you serious?
Wow.
So I guess we'll be starting in 2 weeks.
Oh,
I have mine, but I don't even have a title yet. So
you have a lot of crazy stories. So many people, when I tweeted that you were on the show today, had these stories that every time I talk to you, it seems like I have a new story. Like about you being banned from Japan, about.
I do have a request for one of your stories.
Canada too, but
Of course, banned from Japan to Canada. You're narrowing it down. Pretty soon you just want to be able to leave the Comedy Store. But I got a request earlier tonight for you to tell the story of you beating up, I believe it's your stepmother, is that right?
yeah, that was 10-year anniversary just coming in August.
It's such an epic story. It's
I'm not
coming up on a 10-year.
I'm not banned from there. I could go there, but I can't get out. I'll get arrested. So.
Are you going to beat up your, was it your stepmother you got into a fight with?
Stepmother, her sister, brother-in-law, and nephew. So, at my dad's funeral. So,
Can we hear that story? Because it sounds like it might be a pretty big.
yeah.
That sounds like an adventure and shit.
That absolutely sounds like it almost sounds preposterous.
Almost, shit, it is.
You know, sometimes you gotta beat those motherfuckers. You know?
So what happened, Yoshi? How did this happen where you got to a fight at a funeral?
I mean, it's a kind of long story. So I'll make it quick. They found my dad's body like August of 2003, and yeah. I went to the police station. I saw the picture, and he was darker than Ian, but he was. And so I found out my stepmother was cheating on my dad and doing all kinds of horrible things. And I don't know if it was suicide or murder. So when I went back for the funeral, I didn't think she was dumb enough to be by herself. So when I saw her by herself by the cemetery, where we're on top of the mountainside and the rest of the family in parking lot on the bottom. So when I saw her by herself, I just beat the shit out of her for a good 4 or 5 minutes. I was stomping her head, and
And what did she say?
she was very professional. She was very quiet. I'm not one of those guys. Don't believe that some women don't deserve to get beaten, because if you give me anyone reason to beat them, you should beat them.
I would agree with that.
And she really crossed the line. I mean, it's a long story, but so I beat I figure if I beat up one person, it makes no difference if I assault 3 other people. So I went down the stairs. The reason I stopped beating her because I think if I'd have beat her for another minute, I probably would have killed her. And some old lady that worked at the cemetery screamed. I stopped because I wasn't really planning to beat the shit out of somebody. I didn't think she'd be dumb enough by herself. So I went down the stairs. I saw her nephew. I sucker punch him. And then,
what did you say? His nephew was 2, by the way.
What did you say before you started beating her? Did you have any?
I didn't say anything. I ran up to her. I grabbed back of her head and started punching her face.
Did she know you were upset with her?
Oh yeah.
Eventually, she figured it out.
I mean, after second and third punch, you could probably figure out. But
somebody's mad at me.
It's just a numbers game right there. Eventually.
Yeah. So I beat the nephew. I mean, I don't know martial art, but I'm 6'1". I weigh not more than most of those.
You definitely look like you would know martial arts.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, but that means I was so out of shape. You know what I mean? I should have stretched or something before. But so I got one of those mallet thing for water, for holy water, for Buddhist temple. I grabbed that, beat him over the head. I went down. I saw her older sister and her husband. I started assaulting them. And then my family came in, just separated us, and that's when I realized I need to get the fuck out of here. So I basically threatened my cousin, if he doesn't take me to the airport,
you're gonna hit him with
I'm gonna hit him too. Yeah, so he took me. That was the longest 5 hours at the Osaka International Airport because I thought they were gonna go cops and go to airport first. They never did, and I flew back. I landed in Hawaii for like 6 hours. My friend picked me and we went swimming at the
So I do after a good meeting.
Got on the plane, went back to LA, and
what's the rule? Like 30 minutes before you can swim after
I gotta admit, it's gonna be hard to follow this story.
Then a couple weeks after that, I got arrested at LAX because. This is so weird. My cousin killed himself 2 weeks after that incident. So I
just out of fear for a beating from you?
No, it was just complete separate things. He was suffering from depression. So make the story short, I was flying up to my cousin's funeral, and this is like only a month after my dad's. I had a weapon in my bag, and I got arrested at the LAX September 11, 2003. So I go to jail for 5 days. That was basically my month and a half, 2003. That's the year I moved to LA from Seattle. So it was crazy first year in LA.
Well, welcome, man.
Yeah.
Remember me never to take you to a funeral.
Yeah.
Now, Don Barris, you not only have a few of your own podcasts, but you also work on the Kimmel Show, and you've been busy all day doing that because you're moving to the 11:30 spot.
Well, in all honesty, I was there 5 minutes just to see where I sit, so I was really busy.
But you saw the new stage, you saw
Yep.
the new thing. You're already. What do you think about it so far?
Well, it moves to 11:35 tomorrow, and that's kind of exciting for everybody. Hopefully, everything falls in place and becomes big because it's nice to have a little security blanket. Yeah. By the way, can I also say that I'm on that Jash network, or I think video podcast network too. They're going to do our Big 3 thing on there.
Oh,
have you heard of Jash?
No. Josh Marowitz?
Jash Adamers.
Michael Cera's part of it.
Oh,
Phil
good.
Silverman's part of it.
Oh, cool.
Do you know that, though?
I've heard of that.
What do you think about that?
I think it's a thing.
Are you finished? Are you drawing me?
No, no.
You fuck.
Well, that's exciting. So you're going to do a video podcast of
Yeah.
your Big 3. Did you already do that before, or?
No. What actually, because we never did video, but what we're going to do now is they're going to have us do a live show, and what we're going to do is we're going to put in some old clips because there's been 20 years. If you don't know what the Big 3 is, well, it's too hard to explain. But they're going to over
But it
20
starts
years.
with Don at his mom's funeral. And
It's funny. No, so it's kind of exciting. So.
It's really hard to hear.
that's
Why do we
actually
have
like the
two
big.
artists today? Did you mention that we lost an artist?
Yeah, he's at the ice house, sitting there in his car.
Now the Big 3, like quickly, what people don't know is the movie Windy City Heat. To me, it's almost like an extension of that movie. It's you guys post movie, and adventures and shit happen.
Well, the truth is, it's been like going on 21 years of putting a make-believe world around one guy.
Right.
And the movie Windy City Heat was just a chapter of it. So.
Right. Yep.
So we're keeping it going. Trying, sucking that nipple as long as we possibly
Pretty
can.
much, yeah. I mean, it really is like of a lot of the podcasts that I listen to. It's almost like a comedy soap opera. I would describe it as.
Yeah, because it's reality. So
Right.
that's fun. By the way, how come there's no people with porn up here tonight? It seems like every time we have a show, there's porn people.
Well, we have a lot of people already on stage, but we have them right over there drawing
Oh,
or texting each other. We have
Couple
Dean
of them, yeah,
Dearmond,
sitting next
Yoshi's
to
enough.
Skin Diamond.
Yoshi's a big porn star.
I edit stuff for 9 years.
Now, Doug, you have to watch a shitload of movies for your podcast and stuff like that. Did you ever get to see Project X?
Yeah, I saw Project X.
What did you think about it?
I loved it, except for the part where the dog almost floated away. Because I felt bad for that doggy.
Spoiler.
What do you mean, spoiler?
I was about
It's
to
in
see
the
that.
trailer.
That's a bad trailer when like they're like spoiler alert before we play this trailer. Spoiler alert.
Well, most trailers show too much these days. That's for damn sure. But the dog floating away, or no, they show the dog in the bouncy house in the trailer. That's a pretty awesome shot too.
One of our secret guests, we have Jonathan Daniel Brown here from Project X. He was one of the leads in there. How you doing, Jonathan?
Yeah, not bad, Redban, yourself. Great. Oh, all right.
I actually went to Jonathan's 21st birthday. I've known you, I first met you at the Improv. You were reading comic books and you seemed like such a nice guy and grown up so much since.
Yeah.
Did you meet the dog that Doug is talking about?
Oh, yeah, his name was Paxton. He was cool as shit.
I like I said it was.
Is he
Wait a minute, did you really just float away?
It's been a few years. I don't know how long movie dogs last, but I think they get treated pretty well when they get retired. And I don't mean put down. I just think they stop getting good trees.
This is getting worse.
The dog's alive.
Did you ever almost get hurt in the making of that movie? Because some crazy shit happens all the time in that movie.
Yeah. There was like a lot of explosions towards the end. Sorry to spoil again. It's not really Citizen Kane. This isn't a movie with
Yeah, it's been around long enough. We can talk about what happens in it.
Yeah.
It's the number one pirated movie. Did you know that?
Yeah, why wouldn't it be?
It was pirated more than The Dark Knight Rises and The Avengers. And that's
Because it's easier, if you pirate it, you're not going to lose a lot in quality because it's already, the whole look of the movie is found footage. You know, it's not amazing cinematography like...
Because it's filmed on
But it's
like,
cool
video.
looking, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a
looks
lot
like
of...
home movies.
It's like it's a cognitive dissonance because on one hand I'm like really
Ooh,
flattered.
Fitz?
Somebody that played a wild party guy in a movie. That's some big words.
I'm flattered that a shitload of people wanted to see it, but I want to move out of my fucking parents' house. There.
Have you still not moved out of your parents' house?
No, like next month I'm going. I'm out of Tarzana.
I've been dying to ask you a question ever since that movie came out.
Oh, please, Don.
What's your opinion of This Is 40, that movie?
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's a piece of shit. Doug Benson, your feelings?
I liked it alright.
That was the or the post movie. Which movie?
Did you really see it, Don, and did not like it?
I couldn't believe it.
What didn't you like about it?
Yeah, what did you
It
like?
just seemed like it would never end.
Well, you
I
know,
don't know,
40,
did anybody
it's
else
40
like
for an
marriage?
entire year, so had a lot of ground to cover.
So many really, really long movies that came out. Les Mis and Django and
Dark Knight Rises.
Zero Dark 30.
Yeah, those are all a lot longer than This Is 40.
Oh, yeah?
Those are all in the 245 range.
How long was This Is 40? Everyone.
No,
About
202, 215, yeah.
That's not that bad.
No, it just felt like a marriage. That's all.
They make you marry the movie when you go in there.
Anybody, New Year's resolutions anybody made up here, starting with Doug Benson?
Not to talk
Or
shit
you don't give a fuck about them?
Oh, what?
Or you just, like, New Year's resolutions, fuck them, like you don't care?
Oh, sure, let's go with that answer. Because that's a great way to get a conversation started is, are you interested in this? Or would you rather not
do you
speak
not?
on it?
But it really is something that people like, they either have a defined answer about it or they're like, fuck it, I don't care about that.
Yeah, well, I think most comics either have their joke answers or they didn't think of the joke about it, so then they don't have any resolutions. I mean, do any of you guys have any real resolutions?
I wanted to find out from as many people as I possibly could what they thought of This Is 40. So,
So your resolution's working out great
Yeah,
so
you're doing
far.
good so far.
We've gotten a few opinions.
So far, so good on that, Darren.
Yeah.
Like, if you're over 30 and you're making New Year's resolutions, then you need to get your life together.
Or you're a woman.
Yeah, why would you even ask that question? Is that a question you've been asking or thinking about for a while with
what's
other
your
guys?
resolution?
My New Year's resolution was to find out if anybody had New Year's resolutions.
Oh.
And to not make one, is to not make one.
I always have the not smoking one, which is always like, oh, we can't not smoke, New Year's Eve because that's New Year's Eve. And then the next day you wake up and you're like, you can't not smoke on the day after because you're so hungover, you just want a cigarette and you want to be normal and stuff. So now, yeah.
You should make a resolution to stop looking like a newsie.
They say like your paper.
We got your peeps, mister.
Say, fella.
Yeah, I did the mistake of leaving the house to wear a hat. I can't not wear hats anymore. Like, I've realized that I think last year I didn't wear a hat like 3 times in a year. Like, I'm addicted to hats.
Your head just likes to have that constant hug.
Yeah, it's like I like to hide. I like to not look at people sometimes, so I like to put that down.
It's good,
Especially when I'm stoned.
It's good quality in a host. Wants to hide under a hat.
That's right. It goes with your drawing, though, tonight.
I started drawing, but I was drawing you guys into penises, and I decided to stop. I'll just let them draw. I was just making penises out of you guys. And
Rude.
it's really hard to interview also, or talk and draw.
They're coloring you. I think they're gonna. I don't know. That's pretty solid though. But you kind of gave it up after 2. After 2, you gave it up.
You're also hard to draw.
Me?
Yeah.
Wow.
Disagree.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, the last 2 drawings you were in, it was just the back
Your
of
face.
Well, that's because the artist sits directly behind me.
I know.
Okay, we could map that out better. Ian Edwards, last time you had hair, I've only known you bald the entire time I've known you.
Uh-huh.
When did you start going completely bald? I always wanted to ask you.
Cut it off maybe 7 years ago. I had dreads, put them all on.
Dreads. Oh. Did you have 2-year-old dreads, the ones that smell and have meat in them and stuff?
No. I just had long ass dreads, down to my ass.
Do they smell?
No, you just wash them.
But can't you not wash the inside?
Like when you smell dreads that smell, it's usually a white guy.
That's probably true. That probably is true.
I hate white.
Why is that, Don? Why is that?
They just don't wash their dreads.
John, what did you think of the movie Dread? Did you see that?
I fucking
It's really good. Yeah.
Question.
Good.
No, I didn't see it.
It's good. Dread 3D. Because you can't spell dread without 3Ds. And it's actually pretty good. Just came out on DVD, I believe.
It was really good 3D too. The 3D didn't suck.
Don't you have a microphone, Project X?
No, I don't.
He's contributing off mic.
No, I love Dread 3D. It was I was the only person in the theater. It bummed me out, but it was just the slow-mo and
But then you could jerk
people
off.
getting shot in the head.
You talking about the
not
movie with the
Nick
dude who was
Stahl.
stuck in the building?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie was atrocious.
Well, that was also, it was kind of like The Raid in a way. 'Cause The
Yeah,
Raid,
it's like a bad version of The Raid.
they were filmed I
It was
think, at the same
different from
time.
The Raid for sure. The Raid was more non-stop.
Yeah.
Also action.
Well, The Raid was good.
Dread had some good stuff in there too.
By the way, I don't know if you saw this just happen, but secret podcast regular just walked in, and he acted like he owned the place.
Oh, should we do a Boons and Noble while we're at it?
May as well do it. Ladies and gentlemen.
like a normal person.
No, he
As we're walking in the room like a normal person. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage, Boon Shakalaka.
There's something on my mind. This is new material, but it's the truth. African American, Negro folks, colored folks, and black folks have these English names and never been to England. Johnson, Adams, Washington, and all that. Those are not African names. Those are European names. How do we get them? Well, why? You don't see Mexicans walking around with French names.
You come in with an excellent point.
I'm gonna have my name changed. Fuck that shit.
What would you change your name
Change
to?
from Boon Shakalaka to what? Jones?
Not Adams or Lincoln or Jackson.
I don't think Boom Shakalaka is a.
And I'm gonna tell
British
some of
name.
them celebrities, you guys talking about y'all black, damn it, change your damn name if you're gonna be all the way black, cause that goes on the European name.
You know what? Speaking of your name, Boon Shakalaka, did you get that from the Slime the Family Stone song? Really?
Yes, I did. That's where I got it from.
You said that a couple times.
Yeah, about 11 times. How long have you been going by that name?
Since I started trying to be a comedian.
And what was your name before that?
The name that my parents had gave me.
Never get the answer.
Hey, you want your parents killed, and there's somebody who can do it. Already got a trail of blood behind it.
He doesn't kill anyone, Don. He just beats them up and then they
Well,
kill
that's
themselves
your
later.
I will say, I may be related to somebody out here, ain't no telling.
Well, that's a good
With
point,
this
too.
name.
Now, Boon, you're famous for selling things. Some things very valuable, some things not so valuable. That
Yes,
everything
I
is
have.
$1.
Well, let me see.
Oh, you're selling stuff now.
No, well, I got this black neck.
I'll buy it.
It's a necklace.
I don't know. Mary Jane would like it.
Now, where did you get this necklace?
The
Or
jewelry
who
His
ha-
connection.
used to own that
Got it
necklace?
from the jewelry store.
Now, I've seen you collecting some of your stuff, and it's really not a warehouse that you get it from.
Where is it?
Well, you saw, I'm looking for cans and bottles.
Okay, well, it seemed like you were keeping some other shirts and things from the dumpster.
No, no, those that stuff ours. My connection when it got it. I just been looking for some cans and bottles. See, I collect cans and bottles. Those bottles 5 cents each. Right?
Did you guys know that?
What do you call those cans of bottles?
My rent money.
He'll walk up to me in the middle of the night like, oh, my rent money looks good tonight.
Any poor people sitting out here? Where's all the poor folks?
Very much appreciate
Because
it.
I'm going to tell Obama, I don't appreciate what he's doing. Letting all those Russian people coming in here from Russia, going to West Hollywood, and they pay that high-ass rent. I know damn well they can't afford it. They get Section 8. Y'all should get Section 8. Everybody should get Section 8. Everybody. The little old lady who lived in this shoe, she had some of these. Obama didn't tell her about Section 8.
If you're a fellow running for political office, you make some key points there.
I swear on my life I'd vote for you for anything.
Everybody should support, even Dan Madonia and Matt Edgar. They supposed to get Section 8. They homeless.
People, nobody knows who you're talking about.
Yeah, there's some comics that work that they try to pretend that they're not homosexual, but they're actually bisexual.
They're homeless sexual? What is that a thing now? Is that why they're called bums?
They're homosexual.
So when you get a home, they stop sucking dick.
I said they're homeless.
Sexual.
I didn't say that.
Oh, sorry.
But I heard about the new one. There's a new one out now. Remember it was metrosexual? Now they got a new one I call hypersexual.
What's that
I
about?
don't know what it means, but
Right? See that? Theories about it. So this is where you're selling. It's about,
then it's right down the couch. I go,
yeah, go get it and then come back and you'll show us where you're selling for $1.
Oh, so he's selling stuff.
He's selling stuff, and
Now,
then
anybody in this audience could buy this tonight.
everybody just raise your hand. You can buy
Anybody
anything
have any
from the-
money? Now, is this an auction, or is it like he brings it up and says?
I think he's going to bring it up and hold it and tell us what it is, and then we can ask him questions about it. That his answers probably will surprise us.
Well, let's say that I want to buy it right off. Do I have to go through a bidding war, or can I buy it for a set price?
Well,
Tom loves to bid on things.
I do. I
He's
really
really
do.
into bidding on things.
Now, some of this,
I'll
now,
opening bid
first of
$5.
all, there's the
He's
jewelry.
already in for $5.
It's $1 if anybody wants that.
What kind of necklace is that? Is it from a
it's
collection?
it's a costume jewelry, like you know.
And add to the fact you've been wearing.
And I don't
it,
know
so
what
that
this
it's
is.
DNA.
What is that? Don, maybe you know.
It's Animusic. I believe it's a new computer animation video album. It's some Starship Groove and Poco Sticks.
System requirements, DOS.
Right, exactly. And this has to do with what really happened when probably some people was born back in the 60s when black folks get beat with bats. Tell us what was going on.
What is the book
What's
called?
the name of it?
It's called
When black people are beat by bats.
And he got a picture
when bats weren't just for baseball.
You know, yeah, those racist people were. evil.
Something called the Mississippi Challenge.
You know they actually got a picture in here of the black people sitting at the lunch counter and then white folks walking in and poke stuff on them.
You see the library card in there too, right?
San Bernardino Library.
We've never met before, Boon, but I saw you get kicked out of a Goodwill a few months ago. And
Where
I
at? Where at?
It was on Hollywood and was it? I don't know.
Are you sure it wasn't
Towards
Goodwill?
Los Feliz. It was on Hollywood Boulevard.
Sure it wasn't a Boon impersonator?
I swear it was you.
What was going on?
You were the manager was yelling at you to leave, and you weren't. So
Was it on Beverly?
no.
Just let me ask you this.
How many of them have you been kicked out of?
We're just going to be specific about what he had done.
I just wanted to know your side of the story.
I'm trying to figure out what place it was at. That's why I can't tell you.
It was near Los Feliz, like it was like East Hollywood.
Venus.
Like East Hollywood. Like
The what?
Generally, what's the problem when you're getting thrown out of the place?
Just tell one story of a Goodwill you
Yeah.
kicked out of. That'd be good.
yeah, what's fine?
Well, the store spirit, I don't like walking in the store. If a woman can walk in the store with her big purse, how come I can't walk in there with a big purse?
Because you're stealing tourists.
Well, they went on a ride or steal, but she still walks in with big purses.
She paid her time.
Well,
Okay,
you don't
so
steer. The
anybody wants
laws
to
are
buy a
made for
book?
everybody to follow, not just one person.
What else do you have besides the book about the...
But this is some good knockout drag out stuff.
It's a good knockout drag out. Mississippi Challenge, guys.
Is it a true story about that book?
Yeah, it's some true shit. They were talking about how them black folks was getting beat up and stuff.
Okay, I'll buy it.
Yoshi with $1.
But now,
So is it for $1?
yeah.
All right, you got it.
Yoshi,
That's a good bathroom
one
read.
purchase.
I don't think anybody deals with classical stuff. Nobody deals with classical.
Well, when you say classical, also say it's a vinyl album too.
It's a final album. Yes, I can't pronounce these names.
Give it a shot.
Pavarotti, Sutherland, Pavarotti, like. I can't. See, I didn't come from England.
Sutherland made that clear.
England, and the best of Bach.
All on wax.
I've heard of that first.
When you put this little collection together, did you think thered be a big market tonight?
Where'd you buy
What's that one?
Hollywood Goodwill.
What is that one?
This is Wagner.
Wagner.
That's Robert
Cars
Wagner.
come from these cars. Isn't that a British group?
That's a good mix right there.
Okay.
So, Bob, Wagner,
And the cars.
and the cars.
That's good one.
I like cars for dollars.
But I got to make a point on something about religion. You know, that picture is not Jesus Christ. That is not Jesus Christ. That's some homeless white dude that they let take a bath and comb his hair. That is not Jesus Christ. And if you believe that is Jesus Christ in the picture, that means that the picture that you've seen of Mona Lisa, that's actually George Washington dressed up like a bitch.
Sorry, Boon. If anyone wants any of this amazing merchandise, Boon will be in the back stealing your money out of your pocket.
Okay, you got that book. That book
I
is
think you have a buyer back
I
there.
hope it's
It
not.
looks like you might have some buyers back
But they
there.
really telling it like it is.
Boom, so I want to buy
Losing
something.
money right now.
Losing money. We have
Right behind you.
cars. The guy wants the cars over here.
Okay.
Cars, yeah. Give more than $1 for that, probably.
Yeah, Jordan.
I saw Boon and Amoeba this week trading in cassettes. Now I wonder how much you got for the cassettes.
So, we were at a record store
Yeah, let
seeing
me
trading in
explain
cassette tapes.
And actually, the cassette, nobody does that anymore.
Yeah.
Amoeba doesn't like giving you cash money for cassettes. They only pick what they would like of the cassettes, but they give you credit instead of cash money. Because they said they're having a hard time trying to sell that shit due to the fact people are downloading and all
Hey,
that
Boom,
crap.
I'll make you a deal. Anytime you go there and you get credit, I'll give you even money for whatever store credit you get. So if you
Yeah,
get the...
and I turned in those cassettes to get some credit and bought some more stuff for me, for my collection.
What'd you get?
For my collection.
Bach, Wagner.
Wagner, cars.
That's why I'm on this gay marriage trip. I don't care who get married. Who cares? The cops don't give a fuck about who get married. You don't break no law. That applies to a man and a woman. As long as you don't get lewd and mischievous conduct out there with your lover girl or lover man. Who cares who get married? I don't care who get married. Marry your mom if you want to. It's none of my business. Just don't fuck with my record collection.
Ladies and gentlemen, Boon Shakalaka.
Spectacular appearance.
I know.
He's still making his
Where do you go
rounds.
after that?
It really sucks when you come home after a long drunken night at the comedy store and you buy stuff from Boon and you totally forget about it. Like my car has so many horrible CDs in it.
I always buy books from him, like Mississippi Challenge, let's say. And I don't care what book it is, but then I always have him write like something nice on the end, like just whatever he wants. I have the, like one time it was a book called "What is a Jew?" And he said like it basically tell you what a Jew is. I'm like, okay, I'm into that, and it's like written in the 50s or something, you know. And on the inside he wrote, I always have him write whatever you want and then sign it, and he wrote, Thibault, I hope you find real love one day, Boon Shakalaka. And when Boon's telling you to romantically get your shit together, you know you've hit a bottom.
Doug, where are you originally from? What area?
San Diego.
San Diego. Oh, so you've pretty... Like, we didn't have Jews growing up in Columbus, Ohio, or they didn't talk about it.
That's why you asked me where I'm from?
Yeah.
To get into how many Jews I was near?
No.
It's a weird segue.
I went to a couple of bar mitzvahs when I was 13 and they were 13, and it was a high-end affair, and I was like, how do I get some of this fucking action? And of course I didn't. I didn't get any of that action.
Yeah, we never had any Jewish people that, or at least they didn't talk about it back in the day. And we had like 4 Asians, 3 blacks, and that's it. Like,
in your whole high school? Or
in our whole high school, and we had
At least no one was counting.
Where'd you grow up?
in Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, was that like that in Michigan, Don? Did you like have a big Jewish
No.
gang here? Whatever
I'm
they call
going to
them?
tell you this. Where I was brought up, white was the only race in this town.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was...
Sounds like where I grew up.
Yeah, it wasn't until I went to college till I saw there were other people besides ourselves. By the way, I just got a text from my producer over at work. They want me to wear my best clothes tomorrow because tomorrow's a big night. So there you go.
What is your best
What else
clothes?
would you have worn?
Well, since they set me up with my wardrobe, I don't know why they would even send this to me, but that's what they've done.
Is your best clothes a T-shirt?
No, they put me in a suit.
He always wears a fancy suit when he does this thing.
Absolutely.
Right.
And a top,
Shiny ones.
I wanted to put on a top hat, but they won't let me do it. No, Monopoly money.
Yeah, like a monocle.
Yeah.
Now, did you guys see that Bieber got caught smoking weed on TMZ? I guess they have photos of Bieber smoking weed, and they're blaming it on his black friend.
Is that right?
Yeah, I forget the rapper's name, but they're all sick. Does anyone know?
It's a little twist or a little flip or...
Yeah, it's like a little flip or a
Little
little twist.
something.
Little
There's
something.
helpful Hank over there. Thanks for
Helpful. Hey. How old is Bieber nowadays? Is he even old enough to have a marijuana license? Is that a huge deal? I guess.
17 yet?
I think he's nice. He's like 19 or 20.
How old is he? He's 20.
He's 20.
Jesus, no.
Well, I guess like you little kids are like freaking out about this, cutting themselves, and like because he's doing drugs.
Kids are cutting themselves?
Yep.
Wait.
So crazy.
And
His
then
fans are cutting themselves.
yes,
Like a fan did that, or
no fans. And then Lady Gaga now has before her shows psychiatry so that you can sign up and go see a shrink before Lady Gaga.
Well, that makes sense. If you listen to that music, you do need some mental health.
I should give it on the way out also.
Yeah.
I don't get the.
So when would they see this psychiatrist? Before or after the show?
Before, it's like Boots, like, Lucy on Peanuts, 5 cents. And I'll give you a book about Mississippi.
There's got to be a long line. There's like a merch line, a therapy line, group therapy line, huge beer line.
Yoshi used to be known as the comic that every time you worked with, you would get a pile of free porn. And I still have shitloads of the porn that you've given me throughout the years, Yoshi. Now, do you miss those jobs? You don't still work in the industry, do you?
No, I got fired last February.
You got fired.
For beating up your boss.
Was there any crazy story to why you got fired, or did you ever have any crazy stories working in the porn industry? Or
My boss.
What was your official
I gotta be
job
careful
in the porn
because we have
industry?
two people in the business, but they used to bring their kids to work, so I'll be editing. You know, sometimes you got a feeling like somebody's staring at you. You kind of look over. So I was doing like Face Fucking Incorporated #10 or something. I was editing a movie.
I auditioned for that.
Yeah. Joy Severa movies, and all of a sudden I got this really weird feeling. So I would look over, and John Stelliano, who owns the company, his 9-year-old daughter's watching me watch porn.
And now, is she used to it? Like, is she like that? Seems kind of fucked up to even, but she might be used to it.
She shouldn't.
Well,
What did you do first? Put your dick away.
Actually, it's interesting you say that because there was a couple of times I got tired. We have a very small room with no windows, so we kept the door open. But they brought the kids so many times, I kept the door closed. So one time there was a knock on the door, and it's the owner's wife, Karen Stalliano, and she goes, "Hey, can you guys just turn off your computer and cover the poster?" Like, oh God, what is this? So I cover up the monitor and everything like that. She walked in and say, "Hey guys, my daughter's competing in a regional beauty pageant. Does she look in this dress?" And she'll bring her 8-year-old daughter. You know, a minute ago, I'm doing Fat Bottom Girls #8 or something. I have a hard on, right? So, as you would, because sometimes they're good movies, Evil Angel. So like she, so I've seen a movie with Skin Diamond. She's great in all those movies. So let's say I'm looking at her movie, like fantastic, beautiful girl. I have a hard on, and then not even a minute, the owner's wife asking me how does her daughter look good in her pink outfit or whatever, and like, you want me to look at your fucking daughter with hard on? You know what I mean? Like, look at the way I dress. I'm 43, so I don't know how to dress, so I can't really give you good advice what 8-year-old girls should be dressing. But, you know, yeah, I mean, shit like that. I mean, like,
What made you harder, Fat Bottom Girls or the daughter?
I was gonna say, was your answer just like whichever dress she was wearing killed your boner?
Oh.
So did you have to take breaks, like masturbation breaks, or did you just masturbate in front of your fellow editors and it was just, you know, hey, we all work in a porn studio?
I mean, even editing before I was working in retail stores, I've seen a lot. I mean, I don't know how many thousands of these things I've seen, but I've watched it so long that I have to watch something really weird. Get off now, you know?
Like what? Like what are we talking about? Like octopus, like tentacles?
Well,
Project X.
Project X.
Project
In your
X.
Oh wait.
Dog floating away on
There's a couple kinds of I like stuff with public sets because I like those because for one thing they're fucking like bus or train or whatever, and I love them because it's bothering other people in the It's like, what do you do? People start fucking and they're filming it, and you gotta pretend like there's no fucking. I love anything where it aggravates other people.
I'm picking that up about it.
I like those. I've been liking a lot of those amputee porn. Where,
I can get into that.
That's
That's
I'm
kind
liking a lot of those. I never even heard of it.
yeah. My favorite one was when this girl, she was missing arms and legs. So he was fucking her like a piece of log, like a tree log, right? He fucks her. Bless his heart, because I'm sharing during the social service. But anyway, fucking her, and he used her as a pillow after he was fucking her. Like, that's, I mean, pillow talk. I like those.
Who's your favorite porn star?
That's not porn, that's comedy.
Yeah, right? Who's your favorite porn star? The one that, like, oh, I'll watch that.
I have to say, over the years of watching porn, I gotta say Tracy Lord have to be on top because I used to have all the underage one. This is like I was 18, 17. I'm 43. This is like anyway. See the reason
When you're
why
underage, you can have as much underage porn as you want.
Yeah, that's the
that's
rule.
true. I was 17 or 18. The reason why I have a lot of respect for
Turn 18, throw it out.
the reason I have a lot of respect for her is kind of like, you know, Picasso was drawing pictures when he was 3 or 4 years old. Amazing work, right? Mozart was producing opera when he was 4 or 5. she was fucking like a woman when she was 15. I mean, she was prodigy. You know what I mean? I saw those.
Quite a leap there, Yoshi.
Because I break it down porn like the way Bill Belichick from NFL break down. I don't even judge. I watch the whole thing and then go back and see the weaknesses. You know, like each scene.
The weakness.
Yeah, like, because sometimes I could tell when a girl's like not
mailing it in.
Yeah, it's just not good. Like a great porn director will get to know the girl really well, see her strength, and bring that out of her. You know what I mean? Like, you know where to put. Like, these girls could tell you which directors are easy to work with, other ones terrible. Like, bless their hearts when these girls are working with a guy that they don't like, or the guy who smells bad. You know what I mean? On and on and on, and they're able to do their work. Especially like in convention. I mean, I've been at it for 14, 15 years. Like, the ones who are able to just smile, to be nice to the fan, every minute of like dumb, stupid question over and over. Believe me, it's not an easy thing to do. It's not at all.
Right.
Believe me. I've been to convention Europe. I've been to one in Brazil. I've been all over the world for this stuff. And
who's the most overrated actress? Like somebody that has become a star but really is not that good.
And who's the Dwight Howard of porn?
Oh shit.
I'm not necessarily saying companies like Digital Playground or Vivid, but a lot of times they pick girls because they look really good.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I want girls who are really good at, like they're really into fucking. You know what I mean? Like I don't like Dan is great because I don't know most people know that, but she used her real name too, like old school. Right? I don't know if it's true, but
She's fucking somebody.
I mean, I just don't like any. I just don't like.
Running lines in the bathroom.
I don't like any fake stuff that you know they're just doing it because they have to pay rent, and I don't like those kind of stuff.
Did you ever get invited into one of the movies? Because you worked so long, did they ever ask, like, hey, would you mind doing this gangbang or something like that? Or?
I tried it once, 97 or 8. There was like one of those blow bang, gang bang kind of thing. And I got in line because, so you stay in line, right? You wait for your turn to get blowjob or whatever. And it's like open mic for comedy. Like you start, you're not going to be headlining like these guys. You have to start with all those shitty gigs. So there's like 50 of us. I had a mask on. I'm not going to tell you what kind of mask. I had a mask on. So, but there was a black guy standing behind me. He slipped, so he slapped my ass with his dick. And I said, "Fuck this!" I'm not gonna lie to you. I did tear it up. I can't. This is not for me. You know, I don't need a guy slapping his fucking big dick on my
Did you get hard?
I just left.
You just left?
Yeah, that's the
at least stayed for the blowjob. You got dick on your ass.
Because even that didn't happen here. I'm telling you, it's the smell that really got to me. Because one girl, 50 manholes, right? I mean, like, and if 1/3 of those guys don't have a car, they live with your mom, mothers. They transfer like 2 different buses to get there. These are not the best of the best guys. You know what I mean?
Open mic gangbang.
Yeah, you know, you must start with a lot of open mic guys when you started. A lot of them never made it, right? So there's a porno version of that. And after that, I've done gangbangs where I have to do paperwork, and they want to shake my, I want to touch your hand, right?
I think it's hilarious that there's paperwork for gangbang.
Well, I gotta make sure they're 18, they're HIV negative, and things like that. But then the smell, then I have to do the mopping gig. You know what I mean? Like, I've done it all. I mean, retail. You know,
why are they not hiring girls that are going to drink all this stuff? What the fuck? You got to mop after.
It's the smell was.
It's professionalism. That's all I'm saying.
And Belladonna too. I mean, she's up there.
Yeah.
For me.
Amazing.
Who?
Belladonna.
She's the best.
She
was.
She doesn't perform in it, but I have to say, in modern era, I think she's one of the greatest performers of all time.
Skin
Why?
dive was great.
One tier.
The things that she could do with her body, like all the arches with her. I mean, just it's fucking incredible.
The baseball bat.
And she could take a beating. I mean,
Always applause for Yoshi.
not like a physical beating, but you know, chewing my asshole and chewing them out. You know what I mean? Like,
Seems to be a running theme.
yeah.
More of an emotional
Don't
beat.
tell me you did that to your sick mother.
No, that's sexual. That would be weird.
Hey, you're back though, for sure.
I wish I could tell that story, Jonathan.
Fuck it, go ahead.
All right, so this is one of my favorite things ever. Jonathan, before Project X, was a young kid,
Here we go.
and you got yourself stuck into a bang bus, I heard.
Redban.
I knew
You know what? I didn't want to bring it up.
Redban loves talking about this.
Well, I love it because one of my favorite things is when I first saw it is how thick and meaty your cock is.
Thanks.
And it just made me so happy because that's just like a perfect roll of the dice. Now that was, how old were you? Were you
I was 18. It was 5 years ago, and I was in community college. And
It all starts.
yeah. I figured a couple friends of mine sent in my picture without me knowing, and then bet me $200 I wouldn't do it. Was working at Toys R Us, scraping shit off the walls. Figured much more could happen, you know.
You work at a terrible Toys R Us, that's for sure.
It was the holiday season. It's crazy. It's like 11 p.m. and there's a family of 12 running around.
Where a kid
The
can
worst
take
thing in
that
the
shit.
Were you a virgin?
No, I'd been with, I think, like one or two. Like, very inexperienced. Probably about 50 pounds fatter than I am now.
Right.
So, like, at my absolute fattest. And, yeah.
Was it hard to get hard? I mean, because I can't imagine like a cameraman and.
I feel like I don't know. I just
You didn't
pretended.
wear
I
a mask
pretended
or
the dude
anything?
with the no. It was completely shaming my family for generations.
Did they ever talk to you about it? Or?
We've had a few awkward conversations. It worked out.
Does anybody bring
I
it
made
up
a
now,
mainstream
besides
movie. I
you?
never got an AVN crossover award. I thought that was bullshit.
That is
It goes the
bullshit.
other way.
Oh,
Can't go
no.
the other way?
Yeah, it only goes one way.
Oh, it's just both ways.
And then it goes celebrity sex tape the other way. You
Oh,
can
I
get celebrity
see.
sex tape, but Octomom is nominated this year, so
Oh.
you're
Yeah.
fucked.
By the way, the Octomom's pussy was a lot tighter than I thought it would
Jesus
be.
Christ.
I don't think so.
By the way, Dana, you missed a compliment a little bit earlier.
Who gave me
Right here.
a compliment?
He likes the way you work.
Who?
Yoshi?
Yoshi?
He's proud of you keeping
Thank
your real
you,
name.
Yoshi.
We need to have you two on Dates of Porn season 3.
Yeah, nobody fucking gives a shit about me.
I work on it, so.
They're doing it season 3?
Okay, you have my number.
Now, would you ever do that again? Did you have fun doing that, or?
Yeah, it was just too awkward, and the fallout was too much. And it was just didn't feel like dealing with it again. And I think I've left those days behind me. Moved on to less bang bus adventures.
Did you hide that to girls that you hang out with, or did you show them on the first date?
No, but last time I hung out with Redban at a bar, and this was a couple years ago. He decided to show every girl I talked to. He loaded it up on his phone. He's like, "See this guy's dick? It's great."
Yeah.
Did you get laid that night?
No.
What?
No. In fact,
Redban, you're like his dick's hype man.
it's like Don King from
I think it's
Venus.
cool as fuck, man. I wish I could do it when I was 18.
Nah, man, those days are over. It was, I mean,
Days are over.
it's weird because had I never, it was
He's
the
23.
it was the story I told Warner Brothers that got me Project X.
Yeah, he
So-
told them before the movie. He
Well, that
actually
was
said
that was the audition story. So it ended up being like this one thing that was like, well, this isn't why my grandparents escaped from Poland, but
It might be.
it ended up helping me out in the end. So it's like, well, I guess it goes both ways.
I actually met one of the girls. I can't remember who it was. I think it was the one on the right. If you're watching the video,
I can't even watch it. It's like watching 9/11.
she said you were so adorable. That's what she
So
kept on
bad.
saying. How adorable. Now, did you come? Did you last long? Did they take like 4 different? How many?
The shoot
or-
was like an hour, I'd say, and I think they edited it down to like 15 minutes. I think that's what they normally do for those things.
So you lasted an hour.
I mean, between like whatever they cut and stuff. So
Wow.
it was weird. It was really awkward. It was in North Hollywood. I don't like that place.
No, but it's like, in all fairness, like when you're shooting porn, you kind of lose all awareness of time and space around you. So it could be like an hour, it could be 6 hours.
I just wanted to go home.
Because like you stop and you start, and then people conversate, and then like the crew is all around, and then the girl goes to the bathroom, and then you realize you're jacking off just in front of a bunch of crew dudes, and it's like really weird.
Yeah.
I see that shit all the time. You just like lose track of time when you're jacking off in front of the entire crew all by yourself.
I gotta tell you, I've never experienced any of that. That was.
Well, that's because you only did it once.
Yep, and
Gotta
that's
give it a shot.
Nah.
That's all behind you.
Yeah,
Those days are over.
Yeah. Hung up the tree string and walked onto the
You
sunset.
don't see a lot of dudes in porn checking their watch while they're doing it.
Think about baseball.
Well, if anyone wants a copy of it, I have it. It's actually pretty funny.
Selling it out of his trunk after the show.
Now, do you watch a lot of porn? I know that you know a lot of the girls, but do you actually watch porn?
Yeah, I like it.
What kind of porn do you watch? Do you like the parodies, or do you like
Amputee porn?
Amputee?
No, I just like the ones that are long enough for me to,
So like 2-minute porn?
get it over with. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't find myself watching too much porn that's not, goal oriented. Like I'm not like just spending the day watching porn and then jerking off crosses my mind. It's usually
And because you
time
review
to jerk off kind of thing.
because you review so many movies, do you find yourself getting like having a difficult time separating church and state, where you're just like, oh, this storyline's totally unbelievable.
Yeah, well, I don't. That's the thing. I don't even bother with storylines
That's for.
in porn.
What about you, Redban?
I actually only like amateur for the most part. That's like for masturbation stuff. I like submityourflicks.com is one of my favorites, where it's mostly just people like, fuck my ex-girlfriend. Well, I'm gonna send this video so everyone else can see her. Well, that's a slut she is. That kind of video.
You like revenge movies.
I like revenge movies, stolen laptop videos, things like I know this girl that like if she lost her phone, she pretty much would have 5 porn movies that would be on that website. Like she just does shit like, I think I'll just masturbate and take a video of it. And that's what these websites pretty much are filled with. That's what gets me off now. I don't want to know that there's a cameraman in the room. I just want to see like 2 people like on the couch.
Submit your video.
Submit your
He's taking notes.
Duly noted.
You spend a lot of time on chat roulette.
Not chat roulette. My Free Cams, which is a cam website. The cam website is pretty big
Chatterbait is a
nowadays.
new one.
I'm not into Chatterbait. Does anyone have anyone into
More for
Chatterbait? Do you watch
What
porn?
happens there?
Yeah, but it's funny we have the same taste. Like I like amateur shit.
Yeah.
Like
Real shit.
yeah.
Ah!
Yeah, just like I just want to see like just a normal round the way everyday girl,
Ah!
just getting smashed.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the big budget porn, I guess, big budget, like a couple thousand or whatever. The big budget porn is fine for if you want to see just like I was watching Outside Here Insatiable. That's one of my favorite series.
She's great.
Yeah. The second one, she's getting dragged by her hair by this guy and thrown against the wall. Fucking blowjob till she pukes. I mean, it's just intense.
She's like Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah, she's like Daniel.
She really disappears into the role. She probably just acts the same way when they say cut.
It's hilarious.
Have you ever had a girl where you're getting a blowjob that they gag so much that they puke on your crotch?
Is this for everyone?
Yeah, this. I mean,
No, but I can make that happen tonight.
it's a
always on the
stomach
table.
bile. It's a stomach bile, so it gels the next morning. So just if you ever have it done where they puke on your crotch, wash it off because it turns into like a jello the next day.
Oh my god.
I don't know what's wrong with you.
There's always room for Jello.
Did you say gagging and throwing up?
Yeah, like where they throw the stomach bile like all over your crotch.
It's a total humble brag.
Funny thing is, the Asian guy is the only one that's like, actually, yeah, that happened to me.
I've had someone throw up on me.
Throw up on you on your cock while giving a blowjob?
No. When I was taking care of them, they were really drunk. They just threw up.
Or you went down on somebody and they threw up onto your head?
Checked it on my head, yes.
Did you finish?
And then he kept going.
Nothing stops me.
Then Maybe that was she was trying to stop you. Didn't know how to put it into words.
That'd be so terrible. Like as a woman, every time you had an orgasm, you would just projectile vomit at the same time.
I actually started dating her after that. That was the first time. Because she felt so bad. She always would tell me. She actually bought me a little gift. I don't even remember what it was. I wish I did. But.
You know, I'm working with the
I'm
guys.
guessing it was a hat.
I was gonna say, a beekeeper's hat.
What is that yours?
I'm working with a guy named Hunter Moore. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he used to have a website called isanyoneup.com.
Is anyone up?
.com, and basically, let's say boyfriend girlfriend's dating, and the boyfriend find out the girlfriend was cheating on him. So he would take all her intimate pictures, put it in addition to her Facebook address. So it would show her Facebook address, her name, where she worked, and things like that.
How did they get away with that?
And it would show all her pictures naked or even sucking a dick, whatever. And those, I have to say, is better than porn.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Those are better because porn is made for everyone, but those are only specifically made for the one guy. And those are the best experience ever.
That's why I feel special when I watch amateur porn.
Yeah,
But it's amateur on steroids because they.
Because there's no consent.
No, there's no consent. But the reason why it's protected is from third party. That's why it's the same protection the journalists have.
So they're like WikiLeaks.
Yeah, so it's wiki porn, I guess. But I've seen those pictures. But he got rid of it. We're gonna start a new website, and yeah, those are really interesting pictures. I like whenever there's a new innovation, something's perverted, you know. And I'm from Japan, and there's very few countries in the world that's perverted thing as well as we do. And there's some weird. Even I think they're fucking weird.
How did they get away with that, in all honesty?
In Japan?
No, putting someone else's pictures up.
Because he didn't steal it, it was submitted from third party. It's protected by some internet now, 1997 thing.
So the problem is
Thank
when
you,
the person
America.
submitted it.
What?
The problem, if somebody has a problem, they have a problem with the person who submitted it, not the website.
Yeah. That's why journalists get away with reporting news about other people or pictures of them. It's protected. It's one of those loophole that we found.
Yeah, we really found a good loophole.
Yeah.
So think about that, everybody.
So if anybody ever wants to post any pictures of their ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend, having any sexual intercourse with anybody they should.
Can I ask Skin Diamond a question?
Of course.
How do you feel about amateur porn? Like, 'cause I guess it cuts in on some of your action and shit. So.
Well, I don't really have anything against amateur porn. I actually like watching amateur porn myself. So, you know, I don't really feel anything about it.
Does it
I don't believe you 100% on that. Made that face.
Well, no, because you know.
Just give us the real
No,
answer.
there's porn for everybody, and some people like watching the amateur shit, which is totally cool. Some people like watching the high production, whatever. I don't really like the high production shit, also because I know everybody in the movies, and that kind of kills my boner a little.
Right.
But I
You have a dick?
it's just a phrase. I don't know. No, I don't know. The kind of porn that I watch is usually really weird because
What
I'm
is it?
desensitized to it.
Yeah.
So-
Like what?
Like what?
Well, I actually like a lot of Japanese porn because it's so freaky.
Yeah.
I like, you know, the
That's
ones
true.
that are all about tentacle rape and weird shit like bugs and I don't know.
I like the
I've seen
massage porn.
freaky fucking heads. I like massage porn. See, that's just boring for me.
It's just you know, it's fascinating. Like the girl goes in for a massage. She's regular, everyday Japanese chick. She's well dressed, and if the guy just slowly and methodically breaks her down, and next thing you know, she's like screaming like crazy on the table. This wasn't in her plans for the day. It's amazing to me.
Massage porn or like fake stuff?
No, it's like they have like the hidden cameras all over the place.
Oh, so it's
And then they
real
kind of,
stuff.
it's real, it's just real shit. Like she thinks she's gonna see like a professional masseuse, and it's like a chubby Asian dude with his face fuzzed out, and the girls are dimes.
You know it's legit when they have to fuzz out the face.
Right, exactly.
My favorite have you guys seen the porn where it's a guy that masturbates in hotel rooms when the maid comes in? So he's just and he films their reaction. And they're all just, some of them are like, like that, but some of them just stand there for a second and slowly walk away.
That's like punked porn.
Yeah, punked porn. And they also have that thing called gunting, I think it's called, where you take a...
It just sounds bad. I don't even know what it is, and I'm terrified of what gunting
You're
is.
saying it wrong.
What's it called? How's it called?
It's called gunging.
And why don't you explain
really
what that
gross.
is?
What is it?
Oh man.
Dude, explain it.
I was like, I told him about it. So this is something that my crazy crush from college told me, and he was into some fucked up shit. But anyway, okay. Don't judge me for knowing
what's
this.
judging you?
So basically, you have to take a dead lady, and she has to have been dead for a little while so that she's juicy inside. And then and then one person puts their mouth over the genital area.
This can't be real.
Munging.
Yeah, the person jumps on her stomach.
How do you guys know this?
I don't I read some
Jesus.
I read encyclopedia.
You're supposed to
And what
sew her
happens-
up.
I'm sorry.
You're supposed to
Well, I
sew
don't
her
know
up
what
and then
happens
bury
after
her.
that.
And then you pick her up.
Oh,
I'm going to pretend I didn't just hear that.
Wait, are you from Egypt?
No,
What happened?
what you're supposed to do is then you take that body and you sew up her vag and you bury her for about a week or two. Then you bring her up, put the dude in front of her vag, and jump on the
It's
stomach.
like a Hawaiian pig.
And you jump on what?
It's like a balloon egg.
All right, so
You jump on their stomach, and whatever comes out is munging.
Yeah. Jump on their stomach, whatever
Does
comes out.
anything good ever come out? Like, what's good?
I don't understand. I don't understand how nobody's calling the cops on this dude right now.
I just texted him. I texted him back.
This dude's too much about this shit. Like, when you're correcting a porn star,
Do you put that in your will that you want that to happen?
Yeah. Both my daughters get the condo, and I'm
Have you seen those Japanese news? It's like it's a fake thing, but Japanese girls reading the news, and guys just come up to her and start jacking up her face, and she just keep reading.
Oh yeah, that's great. It's really funny.
It's really good if you're horny, but it's very informative. But but another thing that they do in Japan right now is new. It's like time freeze thing where, like, the guy go like this, and the girl just stop. Like there's a bunch of girls in the middle of the street, yeah, and then like they just stay like
freeze
frozen.
up. They
Yeah,
stop.
and the guy will take time, undress her and fuck her. Each one of them put her clothes on. Then after we're going like this, and they start moving back. Yeah,
Now I can get into that.
that's
They're not allowed
very
to
science
move.
fiction.
They're not allowed to move the whole time.
No, the girls can, but they just kind of frozen. Just go around and fuck each one of them.
I realize that I'm the most boring human being on the planet. This is stuff I've never even heard of.
Well, I mean, worked on it.
You ever seen the porn where the girl pretends to be asleep and the dude has sex with her? Have you seen that?
Yeah. Sleepcreep.com.
Yeah. Sleep.
Those are good.
Yoshi's a lifetime member.
That was the .com address, so that's really good.
But those are really tricky because because it's so rapey about that, and
It is
what's
tricky.
wrong with that?
yeah, well, you could just
Wait. Did the Hmong guy just go, the Hmong guy just offended? Like,
I'm not getting hard where it's all
I'm sorry, Mr. Hmong.
you could get away with it on the internet, but if you had those types of movie and DVD and selling them in stores, it get really tricky because either it could be a legal issue or they just don't want to carry it because they don't want to have the federal government going after you. Like fisting, that's one of my jobs. Like, we gotta make sure.
How did we get to fisting?
Yeah, that's one of his jobs.
What the fuck is your job, fisting?
I have to, like, whenever there's a scene, I have to make sure there's no fisting. Like, one of the 10 things that we can have. Like, the definition of fisting porn is you can't put your thumb in. You can put your 4 fingers in somebody's pussy or asshole. But as soon as you put your thumb in there, it's considered fisting. You could get in legal trouble. So I asked my boss one time, what happens if you happen to be missing a thumb? You put the whole thing in. That's not
Very
fisting.
wealthy. You're very
right?
wealthy.
By the way, Yoshi, people that never knew you before, from this podcast alone, are learning a lot. And beating up your family.
He tours with Jim Norton. What would you expect?
David Tell and Russell Peters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just those guys.
Just those guys. Now, why is it you can't? What is the thing about the thumb? Why?
I mean, they're
It's like MMA.
somebody made a decision that fisting's illegal to sell in wholesale. Regular stores for DVD. So they have to define what's constitute as fisting. I don't know. Somebody at Congress or whoever it is made a decision like you can't have a thumb in there.
I don't know if they've been in that meeting.
Yeah. No shit.
So somebody made that decision, or
So
pissing.
that decision was made by Thumbless Joe.
Like
Wanted to
pissing.
feel special for once.
You could piss in a movie, but that piss touch a person, that's illegal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's all this really weird. So every time I watch, I have to make sure there's.
Squirting's allowed though.
Yes, as long as it doesn't touch it, they don't consider that as piss.
I like how you can every movie you can just come all over anybody you want, but don't pee on them.
Yeah, you could get in trouble for that. Make sure there's no blood. Sometimes I can't tell if it's lube is coming out of somebody's asshole or shit. I have to spend time so I have
He just was fainted, and now we are going to sew him up and jump on his.
So I have to.
Is that eyes in here? Is that lube or is that?
Because sometimes it looks greenish. We have to. I just said that was my word. I have to bring my coworkers. Is that a lube or shit or what is it? We have to bring 3 or 4 people and we have to decide. This is like a
second or third opinion.
Yeah.
That's a good website. Lubershit.com. You should have saved all those different incidences.
Oh, here's another one. We can't have sometimes you can't have animals in scene, and Europeans
Can only have
First of all,
animals in scenes.
sometimes you can't have animals.
No, okay, here.
There
Okay.
are exceptions.
I don't know why they do this, but the European movies, they will always have a hot white girl tied up to a tree.
I'm in so far.
Okay. And this is where the racist shit comes in.
Still got me.
Okay. A black guy will walk in with a donkey, right?
Lost me. Lost me with the black guy.
Right.
So then maybe with the
All
dog.
black guys.
So what they do is they bring a donkey or horse, tied up the horse or donkey in a tree, and then black guy will start fucking the girl. First of all, I don't know why they bring a black guy and another animal, because are they implying bestiality because of the black guy? I don't know. I mean, there's it raises a lot of racial stuff. But here's the part we have to get careful, because so that guy will be fucking her, and the donkey or horse is watching it, start getting hard on, right? So the camera sometimes panning the guy and the girl fucking, it'll pan specifically into the donkey or horse's dick. And you can't have donkey or horse dick, going back and forth, because that's implying bestiality.
Implying the truth.
Yeah, well. Another one, when you have two sisters fucking a guy, that's when it gets really dicey, because if a guy put his dick in sister A, take it out, put it in sister B's mouth, it's kind of incest. I don't know what's the word. Incest. Because you're tasting her pussy. You know what I mean? So I gotta say, hey, we need to cut that part, or whatever. You know what I mean? So
How would they know they're sisters?
They're identical twin sisters. We have those. Or mom and daughter thing, where
Isn't that the point?
the guy's fucking the mom and the daughter.
Daughter walks in with a donkey.
Yeah. I mean, think about that. I have to say one. It's called Sexton.
Vika Sexton.
Yeah, there we go. Mom and
These
dad.
guys are unfucking
I'm not gonna lie to you. I really like when the mom and dad is getting fucked by 2 guys, and the mom was done. And here's the creepy, funny part. The guy is fucking her, and she's the daughter, and the mom is stroking her hair while she's getting fucked. I gotta tell you, that was great. It should be an AVN award or something, because that is a great performance. I mean, I thought, because I've probably seen over 10,000 of these things.
Are they not really related sometimes, or are they just too?
No, but
random
they're
before you start?
I've seen the paperwork. It's I know.
Alright, so what's this video game called?
I gotta see your
How does that
videos.
decision happen? How does a mom and a daughter, how do they jointly decide
They
that's
lost.
okay?
I heard they lost everything in 2008 financial crisis. They're broke, and the daughter said, I think they're getting evicted from apartment or something. So the daughter came
So
up.
it's kind of a funny story.
Yeah. I blame George Bush.
So there's probably some other daughters that are just weird, like that they
Oh yeah.
don't have a problem with it.
How did that happen? Well, they were white trash to start with. And,
You don't know that.
Or Russian.
Free love or whatever.
From a gambling dude.
Oh, you know another good one is these girls who are 18, they're in high school and they're doing porn, and like they'll skip like their 4th to 5th period and do a porn that day, and then they would talk to her like, "What's your name?" She'll say, "So and so." "What were you doing 2 hours before?" "I was taking my algebra class," or whatever. That's another one of those things that I really like because she's in high school, but she's 18, right? Yeah, I like those. I love those.
Rhode Island, you could have 16-year-old strippers.
Study hall. It's called study hall.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
We've learned a lot about Yoshi today.
Yes, we did.
Oh, one last thing. Did you know that it's not illegal to have child porn in Japan? It's illegal to make and sell them, but having them is not illegal.
You can't go there to find out.
So like you can go into a store and buy like a pack of gum, and they'll go like, all right, that pack of gum's $20, but I'm also just giving you this child porn.
No, I mean, you could. I mean, they could. I mean, until 15 years ago, consenting age for sex in Japan was like 12 or something.
What is it now, today, you know?
It was that high?
Now it's 10.
It's really young. So like international community complains that they raise it to 16 or something. But
They
yeah.
won't let you beat up your stepmom. That's a crazy thing.
Actually, I think they did, technically. He got away with it. I wouldn't say murder, but... Have you heard from your stepmom ever since that incident? Is she still
She can't
alive?
talk. I'm joking. I didn't talk to her, but she was in the hospital like 2 months or something.
When you beat her up?
Yeah.
Oh, this has come full circle.
And no, Don, I didn't have a boner when I did it.
That's a shame.
It is.
How'd you know that's what I was thinking?
Wow, I think we learned a lot today, guys. We got the drawing. I gave up on the drawing, but it looks like Skin and Dana, or was it you? Was it mostly you?
Well, Dana drew it and I colored it in. So it was a joint effort.
I really like Ian's picture there, and mine. I look like a fucking gay sailor. I look like Popeye in that picture.
Why don't you hold it up so we can all see it?
Yeah.
You're
You look
supposed to be a
Popeye
leprechaun.
standing there.
There's a very happy, snazzy
Why was
Thibault.
I'm just yelling the word AIDS?
There's me. I'm a little stumpy pirate guy. But we'll have the scientists and we'll auction this off and we'll give this money, I guess, to you, Skin, if that's cool with you guys. Go to Deathsquad.tv for all that. Do you guys have anything to promote? We got to end this up. We have another podcast following this, the Ding Dong Show podcast. Do you know what you're going to be doing in this episode? Are you doing
Yeah,
talent
we got
shows?
something. Well, recently we had someone leave our show.
Who was that?
Titiana. We found out she was running a scam, and she had been working with one of the cast members, and he's really upset about it. So we're going to find out a little bit about that.
Wow.
Just a lot of fun stuff on the Ding Dong Show.
I was trying to find Titiana's porn, but it was like almost impossible.
Yeah, well, you see what she did is she bullshitted us.
She wasn't a real porn star?
No. She lied about everything, and it was like, and then she decided that she's no longer going to play this game, and she wanted to quit. And she came on the show and just, oh, by the way, I was lying about everything. I'm not a porn star, and I've never done any porn. And I'm like, go fuck yourself. Nobody forced you to say anything.
Wow, the soap opera of the Ding Dong Show continues. You will see that after. Also, go to the Big3podcastnetwork.com. Is that what it is?
Big3podcast.com.
Big3podcast.com. There you can find that. Find the new video podcast that you're doing. And it's Simply Don01 on Twitter.
Simply Don 1.
Yeah, 1.
Okay, with the number.
Sorry. Yoshi, are you going to be at AVN next week?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Cool.
I'm working on the podcast DVD ASA. David Cho and Asa got Kira's podcast from next week.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Asa definitely will be great on the podcast. And what's your Twitter name? Can you spell it out to the
Twitter.com/Yoshi Obayashi. YOSHIOBAYASHI. Sorry.
Now, you ever think maybe you should change that name? Maybe to like Yoshi
Adams
do,
and
or-
Jones. Yoshi Beatdown.
Yoshi Beatdown.
He'll be thin.
I need to change it.
Yeah, it's really hard. I mean, I can't pronounce. How do you pronounce your last name?
Obayashi?
Obayashi.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you kept the name.
Wow. Ian, you got the Preposterous Sessions.
Preposterous Sessions, and my Twitter at Ian Edwards Comic, and just doing shows around town. Check IanEdwardsComedian.com. Get tour dates and stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Ian. Doug, what's going on with you, boo?
This drawing of you looks like you're about to start singing about Muskrat Susie and Muskrat Sam. I'm going to be, all of my dates and stuff are at DouglasMovies.com, and we tape a new episode of the show every week. It's free to get in at the UCB Theater over on Franklin and Los Feliz.
The best parking
ever.
It's not the greatest parking, Brian. That's not an important thing to bring up.
Parking smart.
Show's free.
Are you working on any more movies? Or are you doing anything right now?
Yeah, well, I was still trying to get distribution worked out for Greatest Movie Ever Rolled, and then after that it'll be Chronicon, and I'm just gonna continue to film myself smoking weed.
I can't wait to see that.
I'm gonna show it to people.
Awesome, T. You got anything going on?
I'm doing the Deathsquad shows in March in Columbus and Pittsburgh.
Cool.
And, just like everybody else, JasonThibault.com, at the team on Twitter, for all dates and all this kind of stuff. And doing this show every Monday. Thank you guys for coming out.
Yeah, guys, thank you very much for coming. We've got some amazing guests coming up. We've got Tenacious D in the works, Patton Oswald, fucking Pablo Francisco. So we've got some great surprises. Thank you guys very much. Rodney Piper, yeah, he's coming. Woo! Thanks, guys.
That was the last one.